to the mountain.
Welcome back to another Low Rancho video, and today we're working on a 1962 Chevy Corvair. I pulled this Corvair out of kind of a junkyard with a bunch of other Corvairs. There's like 7 or something there, and obviously did not have aired up tires, so it's been sitting outside for a little while until I could get to it. But I just put some new tires on it. You can get them on the Jungle website for $160 for 4. I don't know, free shipping, so I didn't really care. So anyways, we have 4 aired up tires. This thing rolls very easy, which is a good sign. And I haven't really looked at it much. I don't really understand Corvairs. I've never worked on a Corvair ever. So this is gonna be a big learning curve, but I saw this one. It was fully complete. It's not, well, I thought it wasn't missing anything, but I just found something it's missing. That's kind of crucial, but anyways, it's very complete, the right price. It's been parked since 1988. So enough talking. Let's kind of just take a look around on this thing and see what we got. Like I said, I haven't looked it over super well. I mean, haven't cleaned it out or anything like that. So let's take a look at it and see what we have purchased here. So you can obviously see a lot of Bondo work here on this driver's side, and then the color is kind of like a silver, it looks like. But starting at the back here, you can tell it's a low trim because it does not have reverse lights, which are an option, and also the higher trims have a chrome on these little curves right here. So low trim, but oh well. Pretty nice bumpers, as you can see here. It's missing this valence panel that goes right here, and you got a little weight reduction down here as well. And that is our engine, as odd as it is. But, and then as we come around here, we see these Monza hubcaps. So it's got some nice hubcaps on it that don't belong on this car, but that's fine. But see, this is pretty good right here. Got some rust right here. And this side, this passenger side is pretty straight for the most part. It is a 2-door, which is another reason I purchased it, because 2-door, and we'll get to it, but it's a manual as well. So we got a little Corvair 500, and then a little bit of body filler in there. Gotta have it. It looks like the hood was maybe a different color at one time. I'm not quite sure on that. Front end's pretty nice though. Nice bumpers. Got a little weight reduction there. Those are actually speed holes, so air just goes right through there. There's no, drag or anything. And that's the beginning of a speed hole right there. Got a little bit more weight reduction. There's a hole right there. But nothing to worry about. It does look like we're missing something here. I don't know what the front of this is supposed to look like, but don't worry about that. And then I do not have the key for this, so I will be drilling that out so we can get into the frunk, because I have not seen what's in there because it's locked. So we'll figure that out. A little bit of weight reduction. That's actually so the headlights drain. So when your blinker fluid is, because you run out eventually, that's how it drains down in there. So I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. More aerodynamics, weight reduction. So this side has been hit, I think. Well, I know. There's our gas filler up front. Goofy. All right. That's not coming open. Close that up. But yeah, we got some weight reduction. There's bare metal, so, but there's not like, no rust for the most part. It's just metal, so that or just really thick primer, I guess. Passenger side. This is the driver's side, sorry. Rockers are in pretty good shape, except for right there. And then this is where it got hammered. You can see the difference here. This is all pushed in right here, and that's pretty thick filler. And then look, they shimmed the door out because this whole thing is crunched in. So that's fine, but look how good the door shuts. Bam! Can't beat that. I mean, come on. So let's take a gander at the inside here. I mean, come on. I couldn't say no when the seats look like that. Awesome interior in this thing. Very plush. We got a full floor mat, and look at that floor. Just flat the whole way. So weird. We got a 3-speed manual. Let me do this so you can see a little better. So 3-speed manual. Bunch of levers and gadgets and all this stuff. Look at the dash. So we got fuel gauge, speedometer, and then some type of light. And that's it. There's no other warnings or anything, which is crazy to me. GM, so you don't need a key. Awesome. I do have this heater control thing right here. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's factory, so that'll be something to figure out. But it's really like long. Look at that. So that'll be something to figure out. Factory radio. Be kind of cool if that works. I doubt it, but it'd be cool. Glove box, which the glove box says 700 on it. So is it a 500, a 700, or a Monza? Who knows? Just kidding. It's a 500. Oh, look. The matching sun visors to match the seats. And then we have these little trinkets. Like a flamingo vase. A dove. And sadly, this one's broken. But a little elephant. Then back here we have our valence, which I didn't really know what this was when I bought the car, but now I do. So yeah, this is our rear valence, which is destroyed, but we'll make it work. Let's set that out here. I think that's a vase of some sort. I don't know. I don't really want to touch that anymore. But other than that, oh, I didn't even point out the amazing shag carpet. You gotta have the shag carpet. And look, some little vents down there. I didn't even notice that before. There's vents for your feet in the back. Yeah. I got our shag carpet back here as well. You ever seen the old pictures with the babies that sit down in there? Well, these are the cars. You have built-in baby thing. So let's check out what we got in the trunk. So I did put the rag over the intake because I don't want stuff getting in there. It hasn't sitting this long and whatever. So still got a battery, kind of cool. It's got the air intakes on it, which is one of the main reasons I bought the car, because the engine is all there. Like every single thing is here. As far as I can tell, it's got, look at that. Oh, can't really see. If it'll focus, right on the full mark on the oil. Can't beat that. And I think, oh gosh, whole car's moving. Look at that, turns over too, by hand. And it's not like super easy, so it's got a little compression maybe. So yeah, we got rat nest. Well, not really. So when I bought this, there was nothing in here. all of this leaves and stuff were in this hood, and it like holds it. And when I went down on the trailer, all that just came out, and now it's in here. So that's where your spare tire would be. We don't have one, but it's kind of cool. Right over the engine. I'm sure it helped with cooling. I don't know. This goofy battery in the Bluetooth battery tray. I don't really know how it's being held there, because when I was putting the tires on it, the battery tray fell out on my head. So there's that. But like I said, we got completed. The engine turns over. It has oil. It's a manual. It's cool. A two-door. Well, the it's cool part might be a little bit of a stretch, but two-door, manual, 2 carbs, which most of them had, but kind of cool. So anyways, when I was underneath it, putting the tires on, I noticed something that it's gonna slow down progress here. It is missing the starter. Boo. So yeah, that's not something you can just buy at a parts store nowadays either. So we'll have to see what we can find. Rock Auto is also out of stock. So we might be searching for a starter for this. But once we get one, we'll see if it runs. But for now, I think we're gonna get this thing cleaned out. Little half backwards, but since I don't have a starter, I want to get something done on it. So cleaning it is. Okay, so I think before I do any cleaning, I'm going to look for the keys. If I can't find the keys, I'm going to drill the front lock out and get into the frunk. And maybe the starter's in there. That'd be really nice, but I kind of doubt it. So let's do that and see if we can find any keys. Okay. Get what that is. Any keys hiding under here? Wow, look at that carpet. That is something. That is something. Under here. Nope, nothing. I guess for the bucks. I'm not gonna show anything on here, but this paper's from 1981. There's some fuses. No keys, sadly. This is kind of cool. It shows you what the lights mean. Yep, no luck with that. So I guess we're gonna drill this out and see what we have in here. I'm hoping to find a starter. Is my goal, but we will see. It's kind of a goofy key lock, I guess. I don't know. All right, here it is. Not very exciting in here at all, but it's not too bad. So got a little single master cylinder. Whoa. Look at that factory color. That's beautiful. It looks really, here. See, it's very tan. I like that. It's kind of like a gold. Pretty good color. But, so we got good amount of mouse nests in here. Probably rust with the mouse nests. I don't know what that little spring there is for. A little bit of shag carpet. We got a washer fluid, kind of cool. A jack. Did I dare? Oh, more carpet underneath the carpet. Positive floorage. There is no holes. Epic. Ew. That was a wrench for the jack. Nasty. Okay. I'm not gonna touch anything else still. We did some serious damage on this lock cylinder, but you can now open it with a screwdriver. So I will put a permanent screwdriver in here, and that's our latch. So no starter. That sucks. So I guess till then, do my favorite thing ever and clean this car out. It is pretty nasty. Needs a good vacuuming. And do we leave the shag or we take the shag out? I don't know. We'll see how good the shag cleans up if we leave it in or not. Let's get to it. Try to take the seat out. I'm kind of scared there's gotta be living creatures in here still. I think there's probably living things in here still. Oh god. Ew. Trash. Just get this out of here. So, a lot more rat nests. Little storage compartment. I didn't know these had these, so that's kind of cool. Yep, it's nasty in here. That's for sure. We'll just take that off while we're here. Yep, look at that. Yep, look at that. Yeah, trash can's a little full now. Alright, so the inside's clean enough for now. We're gonna take all this out, and carpet and everything out. But for now, it's clean enough where when we get it running, we can get in there. So now we need to focus on this mess. Tooth floor battery tray. All that just came out when I took the battery tray out, or the battery out. That'll be it for today. We got most of it cleaned up. I still need to clean up the frunk, I just remembered. So, fun. Anyways, yeah, I will get back with you when I get a starter. Gas tank might be questionable. Alright, Brogan's trying to get the carb freed up here. And when he does that, I got a starter for this. It's looks like it's a reman, but it works. I've seen it work, so it'll be perfect because I don't have one at all. So I'll throw that on there, and then we'll kind of just see what it'll do from there. Trying to replace the starter here. I think I got it wedged up in there. It's supposed to go. It is not easy. You have to take the throttle linkage off, or at least I did. There's not much room. All right, first step to replacing your starter, remove this. Put it in the trash pile. And now you have infinite amount of room to work up here. Oh, I did that, Brogan. Got the pull all the plugs, broke a few plug wires, and hopefully we will crank it and it will just fire off immediately. All right, I finally have power back up to the switch. So spray with some carb thinner. Coil. Very rigged to the max. Give her a little bit. Hold the choke something. I'll hold yours this one. Do we have spark? We can't. I don't think I can really get you in there, but those are very corroded. Yeah, you can see all the white dust on the points here. Very corroded. So we'll sand it, but there ain't much left of those points. Let's get it down there again. That'll do it. That'll do it. No spark at the cap. If we see here, I'm turning it over. The distributor is not moving. So we have spark, but the spark is not making it anywhere. And you can just free turn this. So, don't know if there's something odd about these that I don't know. All right, we're gonna take the distributor out here and see why it's not spinning, because it might be screwed here. I guess the oil pump is driven off of the distributor as well, so that means it's not oiling. You see a thing down there. I guess let's turn it over and see if that spins. All right, so we have solved our issue here. So as you can see, I will hold the rod and the oil or whatever this gear is spins freely, fully freely, so freely that it comes off. And as we can see, there's a snapped off roll pin in there. So that would be our issue. All right, so I'm gonna have to go get a roll pin for this because I can't get the cotter pin to fit down in there. So my jankiness has to go untested. So I have to get a roll pin. And then we'll be back and hopefully this thing will run. And then I have to learn how to time this because I don't understand how these engines work. So that'll be fun as well. All right, we're back another day. It's been a little while since I worked on this, but we've got our distributor kind of fixed. So I think we're ready to stab it in and go from there. So I need to cut this off, but I got a spring pin put in there to hold this distributor still. Because, well, the spring pin, like that one right there, was broke off, and this was spinning on the shaft. So we got a new one. I have this set at what I think is top dead center. It's either top dead center or 180 out. We're just gonna try it and see if it works or not. And if not, pull it out and try the other one. That's good. Yep, it's part there. It's in there. We'll see what it wants to do now. She's alive. Did something right. Hell yeah. Now let me make sure it's in park. Or not.
What else you need to flip?
If you want to hold, it's on that side, your choke cable. That little one, just hold it up a little bit. Yeah. Not enough hands for this. 2 carburetors, kind of pain in the ass. If you just want to hold yours open a little bit, that reminds that.
Wow. I don't want that shot out of there, but
Yeah. Alrighty. think that's enough proof that it'll run. I just gotta get a fuel source to it. I found this on the abandoned building on Route 66.
Ketchup bottle.
Yep. Perfect.
Put them on.
Alright. Trying to run it on carb clean. I can't get fuel up here, so. Stinky. Alright, I'm back. So last time we got it running decent enough, but it was running good. So it's running pretty good. Couldn't really get it to idle, a little bit of issues. And then it kind of just stopped running decent and stopped running like at all and wouldn't really fire off unless I put brake clean. So I lost fuel, and let's take a look on why I think we lost fuel. So if we're looking here, trying to do this with my hands, there is fuel in the system, but nothing gets put into the carb when I accelerate on this carb on the left side here. And on this side, when I pump it up, maybe. Let's see if I can get this. So, when I do it, so see it, you can see it squirting there. Been probably about a month since I've worked on the Corvair, and we are in a different spot, as you can see. So where we left off was the carbs were taken off, and we are ready to rebuild them. So we got the new shop here. This is our new working area. Got a little table here to rebuild these carbs. I have moved shops per se, so the working environment is a little different. I don't have nearly the same amount of tools, just cause. So we're gonna be kind of roughing it here for a little bit until I get the tool collection built back up in this spot. So hopefully we have enough to do these carbs right now. I don't have any picks or anything, but I shouldn't need them. Might need to get some brake clean them out a little bit, but let's dig into these carbs and try to get them rebuilt. I got this carb rebuilt, I promise. I got a few extra pieces here that I just decided not to put on, so just because I couldn't figure it out. So anyways, we're gonna throw this back on, and I think I'm gonna wait to rebuild the other one because it worked. This one did not, so we're gonna try it. If that one's causing issues, the other one carb is causing issues, we'll rebuild it. We got the kit for it. I might take it apart and put new gaskets in anyways, but for now I kind of just want to see if the car runs. So let's throw this on and then go from there. Going to attempt to hook this all back up how it was. All right, I got everything hooked up. Throw the battery back in. I don't have vice grip, so I have to use this little plastic clamp to hold the battery cable on. But I also don't have any fuel, so we're just gonna do this with carb clean and see if it fires, because I don't have very much left. Yep, cranks. Oh gosh, I don't know what that sound is. We'll gravity feed some fuel into the carb, and then we will go from there. We might even hook up the fuel pump, see if it's doing anything. Now it kind of acts like it is, but I'm not too confident on that one. So we'll just gravity feed some fuel into it and then see if we can get the pop off of its own. There's an odd sound in the crankcase area. Mosquito. So I'm just kind of ignoring that. I don't know if it's a starter, flywheel, I don't know. So once it's running, we'll have a better idea. Back another day. I got a few things hooked up here, just little things. Finally got a battery terminal on here, so I can clip stuff to it easier. I got some fuel gravity fed up to the tank here. We'll see if my carb job works or not. Shouldn't need the choke on anymore, but so all there is now, hook up our wires and see if it'll idle now. bubble gun. All right, it's idling. We're gonna see if it moves forward or backwards. I kind of tried to move. Right back up. It ran, you saw it idling. We kind of have an issue now though. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a starter or if it's flywheel. Does not sound good, whatever it is. And it did have a weird sound before. So let me hit the starter a little bit with the hammer and see if it frees it up or something. Might have to take that starter out. Hopefully it's not the flywheel, but it might be. So let's take the starter out and then see what we got from there. Well, I think I see our issue. Oh, brother. Back out another day. I got a starter for it. We'll see how long this one lasts before it cracks. I guess it's a common issue, these starters crack because the flywheel rivets break. So it's a really funky flywheel. I might throw a picture of it in here real quick, but new starter rebuilt, and we'll get it thrown in here real quick. Everything hooked back up. It's getting dark out, so I'm trying to rush here. Got our fuel tank, fuel going in there. It should be in neutral. We'll see if it moves or not. Okay, just a second, I gotta put something back on that just fell off. Now let's fire it up. Chariot. Clutch in and drive. Look how far the shifter goes forward. Well, that's reverse. That's forward. Look at this. It's like down by my ankle, up by my thigh. We're driving the Chariot. I can't see anything. Running, driving, as you saw. I'm gonna get some footage during the day of it driving so you can see a little better. See if we can go a little farther. I literally can't see anything. I don't even have lights, so. Then we might dive into, probably, I need to look into some brake stuff for it. See what we need to get, new master for sure. And then, I don't know, wheel cylinders and hoses, and hopefully we don't have any rusted out lines. And then I'm gonna look into some, well, fuel. That's we need fuel too. But I think my priority is brakes right now, because I got that fuel cell in the front, and if I can get that working, that would be the best situation. And then, other than that, it's actually running really good. We'll see how long that starter lasts. I'm not too confident it'll last very long, but you never know, I guess. So, yeah, I'll get back to you in daytime. All right, back another day. It's daytime here, so let's drive this thing. It ran, drove, you saw that. So now what we're gonna tackle is the fuel system, I believe, first. It's still not running quite as good as I want, so I might rebuild the other carb. And then we're going to remove the fuel tank. It doesn't affect me anything if it's removed or not, because we have that right there. So remove the fuel tank. I have access to another one, which is awesome. And then we might start digging into some wiring and see if we can get the factory wiring to work. I think I need another ignition switch as well. All right, so we're under the frunk here. This is our fuel tank right behind the subframe. Looks like it just has 2 bolts with the strap. So take the strap off, and then the filler neck we'll have to try to get to or something. I'm not sure how that comes out, so we'll take this off and then we'll go from there. There's one successfully taken off. Let's try the next one. All right, I just wiggled that one out because I don't want to break it, so we still have something to hold this back in. So now I just figure out how to get this out. All right, we're back working on the Corvair. Look at this. When you jack up one side, it jacks up the whole car. This is kind of cool about these with the unibody and everything. But we're gonna try to tackle the brakes and the fuel tank tonight. All right, so we got our new to us tank here. First step with this is gonna be putting the sending unit on. And we've got a new sending unit here. It doesn't really come with much, and then we got all of our hoses, O-ring, and screen for the sending unit. And then we put the tube back on and we'll throw this back in. Well, I totally just filmed on the wrong direction, but anyways, I got it on there. This little tool, as a Corvair guy loaned me, fits perfectly into this ring here, just like that. The snap ring, and you just loosen it, tighten it. It's super nice. So anyways, I had to reuse the old snap ring. There's an O-ring underneath this seal here. Super easy, it lines up pretty nice. And you can only put this on one way because these two tabs right here. So pretty simple, and it's on there where it was supposed to be. Alright, got that mounted up in there. Got some baling wire holding it that way, and baling wire holding it on that clamp because it broke off. So, but it's in there. So, and then little filler neck. And fuel system done until I run a line all the way back. Be good there. I have a few. So here's the new master. There's the old crusty one. So looks like just two studs there. Rip that off, and hopefully that line comes off, and then we'll throw the new one on. So got the master on. Now it's time to tackle the down here area. So whenever you take a wheel off, if you got a bunch of spiders like this is how you take care of it. Okay, so these Corvair brakes have a little tab right behind here. It's hard to see with all the brake, dust, but and it's got a little tab, and there's a nut right here. So what you're gonna do is grab a screwdriver, get on that tab, and start hammering. So probably don't have to go that far, but anyways, so you can see that little tab right there. Now it's off that. All it does is secure this nut here so your brakes don't fall off. And then grab your biggest impact you can with a 13/16 socket on it. Put it on there. Easy peasy. Takes that right off. This is what your bolt thing looks like. It's very odd and interesting, but there it is. And then you're like, oh, well, I can just take this off real quick, you know? Nope. So there's your washer too, don't lose that. So you think you can just take it off right there. You can't, it won't come out. So what you gotta do, turn the wheel here. Oh, I'm stuck. And then you gotta take your bleeder off on the backside. All right, I'm sweating really bad, but we got the front done. I'm gonna throw the wheels on real quick and then clean up, and then tomorrow or whenever I'm gonna spin the car around, do the rears, and then we'll be done with the brakes. We'll be ready to bleed them. Well, besides the slight smell of fire and the excessive amount of smoke that comes out of it when it's running, it runs pretty good. All right, so I bled the brakes. We do not have rear brakes because the lines broke, so I blocked off the rear brakes. We only have front brakes, which the front right locks up, front left works, I guess, so I gotta loosen that one up so it doesn't lock up. And, well, here it is. The lights kind of worked. See what lights we got. So we got most of the headlights. Looks like the brights are on. And we have one taillight and one flashing taillight. So there's that. But so it kind of has a really bad like misfire and everything. So I'm gonna deal with that and, you know, do a little engine tune up, and that'll be about it for this. This video is pretty long. I've been filming for months on this now, so that's gonna be the end of this video. I think in the next video, I think we're gonna give this thing a little paint job, and then I'll do all the tune-up stuff and all that as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.